Mind the gap, please.
Yeah, he said nervously. I broke one of our thermoses. How's everyone doing? You ready for some?
Watch the movie, thank you.
We've got some.